morning, teacher. My name is Luis Diego Lopez, and I will be working in this integrated activity with Rodrigo Lecha and Roberto Lopez. The passage of the Lost Gold talks about a story within a story. The story of a fortune of gold that was lost, that is between the story of the Battle of the Little Bighorn. The Battle of the Little Bighorn took place in Montana, near the Little Bighorn River. And so does the story of the Lost Gold. These two stories are connected, but the story of the Lost Gold is constantly overshadowed by such historical event that was the Battle of the Little Bighorn. The magnitude and the relevance of it overshadows the importance of the story of the Lost Gold, which is actually a very interesting story, a story within a story that is actually a very important part of the story itself. And the gold was lost due to three men being too afraid of the risk that they were facing. So they passed the gold on to someone else, to Captain Marsh, for him to take care of it and make sure that it was delivered safely. But unfortunately, the risk was too great even for him, so that he hid it with two of his most confidential crewmates, but they eventually lost it. They weren't able to return to the land, and it got lost. There are evidence of the lost gold not being stolen or that they swindled anyone. The gold is still there and is still waiting for its future owner to find it.
Hi mister, my name is Roberto Jose Lopez, and today I'm going to explain you about the history class. Well, in the history class, the students have the duty to present a report from a watched film, but basically they just spent at the end of the course procrastinating watching those films, and the reports that they gave in didn't inspire that great and deep analysis. So the history class changed because of the teachers' opinions and experience with them, and they decided to make a new program which consisted on leaving the students to select one movie each week, and with that they should have a discussion with a teacher about what they have understood about the film that they had watched. So that would mean that the grades also will change. It is said in the text about syllabus that the grades will change pretty much the aspect. So from that point on, the grades will consist on whether you pass or you fail. So the final examination would be a discussion between the teacher and the students, analyzing what the students have understood using their own words, and basically imagining in a lifetime what they should say or their opinion about the film. Finally, so at the end of the discussion, the student would receive the new grade, and this has been done because the reports that the students gave were kind of incomplete. Thanks for your attention, mister.
Good afternoon, teacher. I am Rodrigo Lecha, and I'm going to be talking about publicity for companies. A lot of small companies can find it hard to make publicity for their products because the like most used the most used methods of publicity can be billboards, but they can be very expensive. They are very expensive to have for more than a week, and small companies don't have the money to do that. But there have been some new methods for publicity. For example, there are some sites that have a large following that can you can pay them an amount of money that isn't as expensive, and they will publish your product, or they will show it to their following, and that can be a manner of publicity. And sometimes this can be much better than to for this can be much better than other forms of publicity. For example, if you want to rent a billboard, it can get a lot of people to buy your product, but even on the website that has a large following, it can be cheaper and you can reach more people, since they have uh, they have millions of followers, and they can get more people to see it. And with a billboard, it is not guaranteed that many people will see it. Other methods of publicity can be, for example, to make an advertisement, maybe on radios or on TV shows. But these can also be more expensive than the usual, because a lot of these companies, they live off of the money they get from advertisements, or from companies trying to get advertisement. But in my opinion, the best way to make publicity if you're just starting out is to use sites, and they can help you easily get your product out to millions of people for a way cheaper price. The only thing is that they put your product out for a very short period of time, but it is very cheap. So in my opinion, the websites are the best way to publish your product.